like to welcome everybody to our special meeting, August 22nd, 2023, starting at approximately 5:15. Call to order, declaration of a quorum, 6 members present. I'd like to welcome everybody. Brings item C, hearing of citizens. We have none. Brings item D1, consider approval of the school district budget for general fund, debt service fund, and child nutrition fund for the fiscal year ending August 31st, 2024. Ms. Ross.
Thank you. So tonight I'd like to bring forth the proposed budget for College Station ISD. As you've seen previously, it is 3 funds: the General Fund, Debt Service Fund, and Child Nutrition Fund. Debt Service Fund and Child Nutrition are both balanced funds. The General Fund has appropriations in excess of revenue of $1,720,222. Which, should all of this come in as budget, any deficit would come from fund balance. I will also note that some of the assumptions that were used was a 11.28% property tax growth from last year. That's inclusive of an increase of $60,000 on the homestead exemption, and a property tax rate utilized in the general fund and debt service fund of 69.92 cents for maintenance and operations, 26.3 cents for debt service, and last, student growth of 1.6%. So when we present this budget, the notes to the budget are also included in this budget adoption. One of the requirements is that of state compensatory ed that we have included in the general fund budget for state compensatory ed for the district separately, and that is to ensure that there are funds for those students who didn't quite meet their end of course testing requirements. And so we do that through our summer programs and various other things. So the notes are also quite required of this budget proposal, as well as the tax computations. That was new starting last year. So several pages of numbers that are provided by Brazos County Tax Office that are attached to your budget. You as Board of Trustees have a notebook in front of you. That is not officially the budget, but just provided for some more detailed information. Budget additions included in that were an increase in the beginning teacher pay that was passed in July, as well as a 2% increase for all other eligible staff based on pay grade midpoints, additional positions in special education, 3 assistant principals, compliance with House Bill 3 for security, and inflationary items across various sections of the district. So with that, I'll entertain any questions you might have.
I move to approve the proposed College Station ISD budget for the General Fund, Debt Service Fund, and Child Nutrition Fund as presented for the 2023-24 fiscal year.
We have a motion by Mr. Hall, second by Dr. Payne. Any further discussion or question? All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. That will bring us to item D2, consider approval of a resolution adopting the 23 tax rate for the 23-24 fiscal year. Ms. Ross.
Thank you. So the total tax rate that's being proposed to support the budget that you just approved is 96.22 cents. That's made up of the maintenance and operations rate of 69.92 cents. And the debt service rate of 26.3 cents. I will note that that is a decrease from last year of 21.58 cents. This rate is below the no new revenue rate, as well as the voter approved tax rate, so no election is required.
This motion has to be read exactly. Is that correct?
This one is not exactly this time. It just has to make sure you say both tax rates.
Okay.
I move the property tax rate be approved by the way of the attached resolution for a total tax rate of .9622 of which is .6992 of maintenance and operation and .263 for debt services.
I'll second.
We have a motion by Mr. Hall, second by Mr. Ben. Any further discussion or questions?
I just have a curiosity question. Do we have any idea when the last time the total tax rate was below $1, for instance?
We didn't go back that
I know,
far.
I
I
was
know
gonna-
Mr. Glenwinkle and I
good
went back
question.
a long way. And it's been a long time because the maintenance and operations rate used to be a base of $1. So,
Right.
and that was back in 2010 or so. So it's been a long
I
time.
think that combined with Mr. Decker's comments earlier, it's a
Yeah.
interesting time.
Anything else? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Next item D3, consideration to delegate contractual authority to obligate College Station ISD under Texas Education Code 11.1511C4 to the superintendent for purpose of obligating the district under TEC 48.257 and TEC Chapter 49, subchapters A and D, and the rules adopted by the Commissioner of Education as authorized under TEC 49.006, including the purchase of attendance credits for 23-24 school year. Mr. Ross.
Thank you, Mr. Warrack. So College Station is considered a Chapter 49 district. In other words, many people say that, a property wealthy district. So when you look at our property values and our estimated enrollment, it exceeds the amount that the state has said is the maximum that there can be. Although TEA is estimating that we are not in a recapture situation based on our estimated enrollment and our tax rate. So that means that although we are a Chapter 49 district, at this point in time, we are not budgeted to have to return money to the state. That does not mean it might change. So if our enrollment does not materialize to what we budgeted, that could cause us to go into a recapture, and we would have to amend the budget and send some funds in. But at this point, that's not anticipated. So this requirement is that you delegate the authority to the superintendent to enter into the contractual arrangements. There's a process that we will be doing that over the next several months with TEA. So you would be authorizing the superintendent to enter into those contractual arrangements and delegate that responsibility.
I move that the Board of Trustees delegate contractual authority to obligate the school district under Texas Education Code 11.511C4 to the superintendent solely for the purpose of obligating the district under TEC 48.257 and TEC Chapter 49, subchapters A and D, and the rules adopted by the Commission of Education as authorized under TEC 49.006. This includes approval of the agreement for the purchase of attendance credits.
I'll second.
Motion by Dr. Payne, second by Ms. Nolan. Any further discussion or comments, questions? Nope. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. And D4, consider approval of a contract for the purchase and installation of fencing at Pecan Trail and Cypress Grove Intermediate Schools to Bill's Fencing based on the Interlocal Purchasing Cooperative in an amount not to exceed $306,321 using the State School Safety Standards Grant funds. Mr. Ross.
Thank you, Mr. Warrack. So the Texas school safety requirements, I'm going to read the definition of what they call a school exterior secured area. It is one that is enclosed by a fence that is either 8 feet high or 6 feet high with features that prevent it from being scalable. So we as a district have decided to be in compliance with that we would use the 6-foot-high anti-scalable features. So now going back and looking at our facilities and trying to move forward with compliance, Pecan Trail and Cypress Grove Intermediate Schools are two areas that don't have fencing around some of the surrounding areas that we consider recreational areas. So those are the first two that we would like to begin with on this 6-foot anti-scalable fence. We solicited proposals from Bill's Fencing, of which he would include demolition of a small section of the fence, tear down of that, some poles if need be, and then the installation of the new fence that we're asking for. So it's in an amount not to exceed $306,321, and we would be using the School Safety Fund Standards grant for this portion.
Motion to approve as presented.
I'll second.
Motion by Dr. Payne, second by Mr. Decker. Further questions, comments?
Just happy it's finally getting done.
There we go. All those in favor say aye.
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 All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0.
Thank
Brings us
you.
to item E, adjournment. Thank you all for being here.